All right, now that you've had a chance to look at C, we're going to try it together. First thing I notice is that I have distributive property. I see my parentheses, and I also see it on both sides of the equal sign. So there's going to be more than one distributive property that we must do. But let's do this first one first. I'm going to take my 8 and I'm going to multiply it to the two things that are on the inside of the parentheses. So 8 times W just gives me 8W. And 8 times 10 gives me an 80. Remember, you have to multiply it to both things on the inside of the parentheses. Okay. Second thing I notice is, again, I have another distributive property. So I must do another distributive property. Make sure I got my equal sign on the line. All right, 2 times -2 gives me a -4. W. Now, notice that this is a 2 times a -2 again. This is -2 here. So this again gives me a -4 on this side. Okay, so now I have an equation that has variables on both sides. I have a -4W here and an 8W here. I got to get rid of the smaller one. The negative is always going to be the smaller one, right? Unless you have two negatives, in which case you're looking for the larger negative. In this case, -4, since it's negative, is always going to be lower and smaller than 8W. So we're going to get rid of the -4W, but not by subtracting 4W. We're going to add 4W. Remember, you always do the opposite. So adding a 4W to a -W is going to give you a 0, and you're trying to cancel out. You're trying to only have W's on one side of the equation. In this case, we're trying to have it over here on this left side. So in order to do that, we have to make sure that we get rid of the W's over here by doing opposites, because opposites cancel each other out. So again, these cancel each other out because they're opposites. All I have left on this side is my -4. This 80, nothing's happening to it quite yet, so I'm just bringing that down. I have my 8W's plus 4W's, and that's going to give me 12W's. So over here, I've got my 12W. I have plus 80. I've got my equal sign on the line, equal sign on the line. I have -4 over on the right. And now I have what looks like a very easy two-step equation. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of this plus 80. Opposite of adding 80 is subtracting 80. And I must do that to both sides, so I'm going to do that now. Okay. Now that I have it on both sides, these cancel out. All I have left is my 12W on the left-hand side. I've got my equal sign on the line, equal sign on the line. -4 minus 80, I'm not sure, so I'm going to do that in my calculator. -4 minus 80, that gives me -84. So I'm going to put a -84 over here. Okay, now I need to get rid of the 12. Well, 12 is being multiplied to W, so the opposite of multiplying by 12 is dividing by 12, okay? So I'm putting my division slashes, I'm putting 12s underneath, and this tells me that I'm dividing by 12. 12 divided by 12 is just 1W, or just W. Equal sign on the line. -84 divided by 12. Again, I'm going to check that in my calculator just to be sure. Gives me a -7. Okay, so I have answered this question. W equals -7. Okay, we're going to get into an even more complicated one next. All right, so hopefully you guys did okay on that one, and I will see you in the next video.